Can you race an Arctic Leopard XC Pro S Enduro in an actual Enduro race? Well, I just found out. Follow along if you want to find out too. Bone stock bike, nothing done to it. Vroom vroom! Mine don't make noise.
Vroom, vroom.
Mine does this.
You get like a little speaker that just makes like recorded motorcycle sounds.
Yeah. I need a louder horn because nobody's gonna hear that if I'm behind them.
Yeah.
50 minutes, Bo. 5-0.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
There's a course. Off camera shit is loamy if you lose front end grip. You good?
Yeah, I might be able to get it now. Thanks, dude.
Yep. Should I eat breakfast? I'm hungry. Whoa. Coming in hot. I hear people. tree squeeze. Ooh. Stump. Ouch. I'm stuck. Front end's tweaked. Super tweaked the other way. You good? Come on. Okay, don't do what you did last time. Take this left. It's much faster. Yeah. I wedged my front end in a rock on a downhill and went over the bars.
So I got,
High five.
as soon as we go down,
We're gonna wait for the rest of these riders to finish up this.
I saw you on the side hill struggling.
yeah, I got punted.
With our
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By somebody?
Yeah,
so keep
big
your ears
four-stroke
open for that.
behind
We're
me.
gonna let this race
I got punted and threw the bike off the side hill, and I had to drag it back up, and like probably 10 people passed me.
That sucks.
And question, was that first lap like a short course for you?
Yeah, I took the wrong way.
No, I got pointed that way.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because the second lap was twice.
I was in third place. I got passed by 2 people on the motocross track. And then we got up here and we're all 3 of us like, we don't know where to go. So I just followed them.
Yeah, no, I was
intermediate division.
in a group that all did the same thing.
Yeah, I think everybody must have done
The second
that.
lap made sense. They were pointing it out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they had it open and everybody went that way, but they were just supposed to go
it was too confusing. My last lap was, I was getting comfortable.
All right, guys, and just a quick note here. When the vintage starts, it's going to be about a 2 or 3 minute period. And a whole
17.3 miles, 39% left at race pace. It's not bad.
Will come right after the 3-minute hold on vintage.
Yes, it's a cold start.
All right, get your timers ready. Racers on your marks.
Alright, got some stopwatches ready? Yeah. Alright, these 6, hey, it's gonna get confusing because the back
Hey,
three
cold
guys
start
are
means
doing
key
the
off, right?
motocross track.
I don't have a key.
Hands on your head.
You
gotta go step into the woods.
Kill switch off. How
about that?
I'll kick it.
We're doing the Enduro race. We've got 2 guys on the far left on electric bikes. The other 4 guys to the right are on gas bikes. They're doing the full advanced Enduro.
you need timers on the first four.
No, I need timers on really whoever's coming around first, back whoever see first. We're doing 2 laps. All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, give me a 5 second stop.
All right, here we go. 2 lap enduro.
No.
Count it down in 5,
Yeah, 2 laps.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I think we went the wrong way. What? That's okay. Whatever. Can't see nothing.
We got racers up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Very dusty. Whew. I know. bike died. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Weird. Hope the batteries came unplugged. That sucks. We're doing right too. Get my seat.
Come on. All right, this is a little annoying. There we go. E04 error. Okay, at least I saw that time. Come on, turn back on. Guess I'm dead in the water again. Okay. %2 battery. Uh-oh. Still reading 0%. I think my back tire's flat. Huh? It's flat. Don't hit the brakes. You gotta coast. Okay. Just coast as far as you can. Good job, good job. Huh? Yeah.
so that was racing a bone stock Arctic Leopard XC Pro S Enduro in an actual enduro race. I did probably 30-ish miles, but my battery died at the end and it resets my trip meter so I could figure it out on the odometer. I finished at 120 miles and I think I started with 91 miles. So what is that, 29 miles of racing? I got a pinch flat at the end. These tires aren't the greatest, but for a bone stock bike, literally all I've done is safety wire the grips and take the kickstand off, and that's it. And it was competitive. I was up against 300 two-strokes and 450 motocross bikes that were passing me in the air on the motocross track. But in the tight technical woods, this thing's a blast. Ended up pinching the front tire in a rock and going over the bars at one point, but everything was fine. Nothing broke. I did, run out of battery, but ended up running 2 races. I only expected to run 1 race. Finished the first race 17 something miles with 40% battery left. Attempted a second race and started getting the EO4 low voltage cutoffs, but out of the box stock, I'm happy with it. It's quite a good bike. So that was a fun day. We're not hurt. Brother raced the Ultra B and he had a good time. He did a battery swap. It's a lot of fun. Rumble on the Mountain 5. They provided us Chick-fil-A lunch because they're Chick-fil-A family. So thanks, Seth. Great time.
You should have beat the horn.
All right, let's talk about damages. The first and most obvious is the rear tire's flat. I got a pinch flat at some point, but that's around the time the battery was going dead, so it wasn't a huge deal. I think I had about 10 or 12 pounds of tire pressure in the rear when I got the pinch flat. You can see I've got some nice gouges in the wheel. That'll happen if you're riding the rocks. It's no big deal. Wheel's still straight. Everything's good with that. It was extremely dusty today. Unbelievably dusty. I couldn't see if I was behind anybody at all. But there was no mud, which is a plus. I did catch the front wheel in between 2 rocks going slow downhill, and it pinched it, and I went over the bars and got wedged up upside down against a tree, and the rear fender actually folded underneath, but it didn't break, so that's sweet. Plastics are pretty resilient. Scuffed up, no big deal. That twisted the fork alignment pretty far out of alignment. The front wheel wasn't going the same direction the forks were pointed, but I never actually checked the torque on the triple clamps, so it could just be that they were sort of loose. I don't know. I think that same crash bent my horn mount, and it has been rubbing the fender a little bit. I tweaked it back just a little bit just for it to clear. And I think at the very beginning of the race, I hit a log and put a pretty good dent in the skid plate. It actually cracked it right here, but I think the frame took most of it, so that's not a huge loss. I've already designed and made a new skid plate that is much tougher. It's actually made out of steel. I'll be putting it on shortly. I wanted to race this bike 100% bone stock just to see what it would do. I know the factory skid plate's gonna bend if I hit it on something really hard, and I hit it pretty damn hard. So let's see my total miles now. Y'all are gonna know my password. Oh, come on, turn on. I know you're super dead. I love that you don't need a key and you can just do a password. It's total mileage now, 120 miles. Let's see. Yeah, it's super dead at 60 volts. I'm about to plug it in. 8 hours total on the bike now, which I don't know if that's running time or not. 120 miles, yeah. So really, the bike didn't have any issues at all. Yeah, I got a pinch flat, but I'm hitting roots and rocks at high speed with low air pressure, so you're gonna have that. May switch to mooses, may not, I don't know yet. Factory tires aren't great at racing. It was really loose and dusty today. they didn't do too bad. They actually, I was having more trouble slowing the bike down than accelerating. So yeah, still super happy with the bike. Damages are minimal. I put it through some pretty tough stuff today, and that was what, 29 miles of riding as hard as I absolutely could, if I could see, you know, visibility depending, and bike did great. I'm still super happy with it. I'm going to start modifying it here soon. I think I've got enough miles and time on it, bone stock, to know what it needs. I'm going to start playing around with the rear suspension geometry and different shocks to try to get the rear settled down a little bit. It's just a little too all over the place in the choppy stuff. So I want it to soak some of that stuff up a little bit better. But other than that, yeah, still great. Happy with it. I still think it's probably the best or one of the best out of the box bikes you can buy to do this type of riding. I mean, a lot of bikes would be good at doing wheelies, going down the street and doing all that kind of stuff, but if you're actually riding the bike hard off-road, I give it a thumbs up.
And you